Excuse me, miss.
Yes?
May I ask something?
Sure.
I hear a lot of people talking about Renaissance around me, so I kind of bit confused. Can you explain what is Renaissance exactly?
Well, if you want to know about Renaissance, we actually have to go back in time and check out what happened before that time. So before the Renaissance era, there were like crusaders, right? So they went to Jerusalem, declared the Holy War, and they were fighting. And they actually got to this place called Toledo, and from there they found a library. And in the library, there are many manuscripts and translations from Muslims. That it's actually about Greeks, like Greek authors such as Aristotle and Plato. So they brought back these manuscripts, and people were actually exposed to philosophical ideas. Not only that, but in 14th century there was a bubonic plague, and after that the Renaissance started because there were only fewer people left, right? So it actually started in Italy, so it was known as Italian Renaissance. Not after that, but in those time, in the 14th century, there was also a war that was happening in the Ottoman Empire, and many Greeks from the Constantinople, they came to Europe seeking help, and they also brought many books with them. Which were about Greek culture and Roman culture, architectures and arts, and medical and all sorts of knowledge. So the people at that time in Europe, they were really interested in these new ideas and all of these things that were brought from Constantinople. So because of those interests, something was rebirthing. Like Renaissance actually means rebirth. What's rebirthing? What happened was that they were actually making these ideas, adopting these ideas, and kind of like living in the past, but actually it's in the present, right? So that's the whole idea about Renaissance. But the good thing at that time was that there were Mediterranean trade, so the princes got much money and they were rich, and they could hire like artists and intellects to help them improve that era. So there you go, Renaissance era.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I have a question? Excuse
What was
me.
your question?
Yeah, only for a while. I want to ask about the culture and then politics, economic. Things that going around in Renaissance. Can you help me to
Sure.
understand? Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. So basically, the education movement at that time very much was focused on Greek and Roman literature, as they were interested on these cultures, and also the agriculture of the Renaissance era is very much blooming. There are lots of innovation from iron for agriculture, for farming, such as heavy plows. And then they also applied this three-field system of agriculture. And what is it? And let's talk about how women are treated at that time. So basically, were still subordinate to men at that time. They don't really believe in feminism, of course. They were treated as prized, though poetry and devotion is given to women by men at that time a lot, but they're pretty much were still treated as prized for men to won. And let's talk about religion. In Western Europe and almost all the Holy Empire practice Christianity. However, the Christian Europeans have more privileges from other Christians with different ethnicities. That is for the culture. What was that again? Political?
Politics. Yes, that's right.
So there was this empire called Byzantine Empire. This empire collapsed before the Ottoman Turks. And also at that time there are like lots of ideas about how a government should look like, but based on humanism of Renaissance era. And lots of conquests, lots of monarchies, lots of kingdoms and empires expanded at that time. That's where the
See.
politics goes.
Okay. How about the economic stuff?
Economic stuff. So basically, lots of like various cities specialize like in different industries. For example, Florence, known for the cloth production, and Milan for arms manufacturing. Cities like Venice or Genoa gained like wealth from trading from trade, and Venice actually became the richest city-state through its expertise in sailing, shipbuilding, and trade with the Islamic empires, especially the Ottomans. And because of Venice's wealth, they
I'm rich.
they
I'm
use
rich.
their money
I'm
to
rich.
support
I'm
artists, to
rich.
support
I'm
the
rich. I'm rich.
architects, and
I'm rich.
but so they can maintain the city to be prosperous. And there are also like better payment for and lodging for the peasants due to the decline of population during the Black Death. In some areas like northern Italy, they are wealthier because the access of the Mediterranean, how do I say it?
Mediterranean.
Exactly. Trade, yeah.
I see.
Oh, can I talk about something else?
Sure.
So about the social structure. I know that you're not really asking this, but let me explain to you a little bit.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So there are three groups of people at that time. There are the nobilities, there are middle class, and there are peasants. So the nobilities, they retain significant. My goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Significant power and influence. Often they are controlling large estates and holding important political positions. They were the patrons of the arts and the learning. They are the artists, the scholars, the architects, and the middle class. They are included like doctors, lawyers, teachers, and skilled artisans like blacksmiths. They play the important role in the urban economy. And then we have the peasants, which is the majority of the population, and they mostly belong to the lower class, which includes people that work in workshops or construction and other manual jobs.
I see. All right. Thank you very much. That's such a really profound explanation.
Yep.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yep. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask something? Can you mention 5 facts about Renaissance, and then how does it impact our current society right now?
Yeah, let me think of it first.
Okay.
Okay, I got the first one.
All right.
Do you know the Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
Yes, they are basically inspired from the 4 famous Renaissance artists.
Whoa, really? I
So
didn't
the
notice.
Raphael,
Huh?
Donatello,
Yeah.
Leonardo,
Yes.
and Michelangelo.
Yes.
Yeah. And the second fact is about Leonardo, yeah, who is the one made the famous painting last summer. And the third fact is about Michelangelo. He's a famous sculptor who made the sculpture David. And the last one is about maybe this one you are not really familiar with, who is Pope Sixtus V, who is the famous one in the Renaissance. He is the head of Catholic Church and the ruler of Papal States. He wanted to Roman Colosseum to be a wool factory,
Wow.
but he failed, as you know now.
Okay.
So instead, he made the how do I say, the glue factory. Yes,
Oh,
really
okay.
small glue
That's
factory
crazy. Okay.
inside the Colosseum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I see. And then how does those kind of things impacts our society right now?
I think the most important point is it leads us into the humanistic view. That means people trying to think of things based on the human experience instead of only based on the religion's perspective and the matters. That's like what happened in the Dark Age.
I see. All right. That's really important. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Have a great day. So, after interviewing some people around here, now I can a bit understand about Renaissance. And I realized that Renaissance and Reformation by Martin Luther is related. So, how does these things connect? So, during the Renaissance, people have this spirit to read the original source. They come back to Greek and Roman literature, and then they don't focus on the commentaries. They just focus on the original source. And also, this period encouraged Christian scholars to do the same. instead of focusing on the tradition and teachings around the Bible, they go back to the Bible again. They try to analyze it, and then they use scientific and logical tool to analyze the structure and the meaning of the Bible. And it helps one monk, Martin Luther, realize something is off with Christian tradition. He realized that Christians should be saved by grace alone. We cannot be saved by our good works, and we cannot be saved by buying indulgence. It's like a certificate that if you buy it, your family can go to heaven. The sin is removed and you're good to go. And this is the problem. And Martin Luther see a lot of tradition that already misaligned with the true principle of gospel and the Bible itself. So he come with a protest. He nailed several theses and then nailed it on the door of the church in Germany. And the Pope, he was asking Luther to defend what is believed, and yeah, the Reformation broke up. A lot of people segregated into two groups. One people siding with Luther, one people siding with the Catholic tradition. And it makes people kill each other, and there's a lot of revolt in Germany. And not only for that, we learned that it impacts our society right now. Currently in Christian society, we have a lot of denomination. It's resulted because we have ability and rights to read Bible by our own, and we can interpret it by our understanding. And it makes a lot of people have several perspectives about Christianity. And that's the first impact to our society. The second impact is Christians are reminded to focus on God's grace and having faith in Him instead of trying to do good works to be saved. And the third one is the idea that we have to read our Bible instead of like listening the preaching only and the teachings about the Bible. We should come back to the Bible personally with the guidance of Holy Spirit. By doing this, the Bible and the Word of God can grow and alive in our heart. That's what I got from this discussion. Have a great day. Cheers.
The first fact is about Martin Luther, who was a law student until one day he was trapped in a thunderstorm. And he pleaded with God and took a vow that he will be a monk if he survived. And then we can see, yeah, he survived and he became a monk. And the second one is about marriage. Even though the reformers reject marriage as a sacrament, but they raised and expanded the church's work in marriage. As we see now, we have the wedding inside of the church, but before you only hold your wedding in front of the church door. And the third one is about education. Our education is also influenced by the Martin Luther so deeply, because Martin Luther have strong advocacy and idea that all the students need to get a high, good, and deep education. Not only give education for the wealthy people. And the last one is about the Protestant work ethic. This one also deeply influenced our daily life, especially in work. Before they think, if you as a labor, if you work as a worker, if you work as a president, if you work as something else, you are not. It's not good as to be a monk or to be a priest or to be a people. But now it's totally changed, because as Protestant work ethic said, they are same as no matter which job you take, they are totally same. They are all the work that pleased God. Okay, let me take the last one again. The last one is about the Protestant work ethic. This one totally changed our today's life, especially in work. So as the past they do, they think that if you work as a laborer, as a worker, it's not something that pleased God. It's not worthy as to be a monk, to be a priest. But now it's totally changed. Even you work as a laborer, you work as a worker, you work as a monk, you work as a priest, you work as a pastor. They are totally same in front of God's eyes.
They have placed the God.
Okay, done. Okay, let's.
You did it.
Soldier Boy, tell. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soldier Boy, I'm finna. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman? That now why me crank that Soldier? Now why me crank that Soldier? Now why me crank that Soldier? Now why me